'Cause I got this list of my favorite things. You could be the part where it all begins. You could be the first and the second and the third and the rest of it. You could be one of the things I love. Sunday morning breakfast with my bedroom door locked. I like everything that has a cherry on top. Get on my list of the things I love, love, love. You could be the one I trust. All the second chances, they are nothing for us. I like it all with the cherry on top. Be one of the things I love.
Hey guys, it's Tatiana, and it's so good to see you. Now, I do have a confession to make today. I have possibly, maybe, most definitely have fallen off my whole skincare routine. I mean, okay, but I have a good reason, I think. Okay, so like, I've just been really busy with work. I mean, you know how it goes, right? You're just putting in hours after hours, and it's just, time gets away from you. And by the time it's time to go through your whole 10-step skincare routine, you're like, let's save this for another day. Now, I have been washing my face every single day, but I haven't been doing all the extra steps that I need to do in order to get my skin where I want it to be, which is 100% on point. So it's safe to say that my skin is not happy with me right now. Now, I don't know if it's because I've been working so much and I've been traveling and it's just, just like the air or something, but my skin has gone completely haywire. But when my skin does break out like this, I get in kind of a little bit of a panic mode, and I get rid of all of my makeup sponges. I look twice at my makeup brushes, like, do I need to replace you too? Because you never know, like, what could be causing your face to kind of break out. Now, it's most likely stress and just overworking myself, but I'm like, okay, well, my skin's not happy. So I'm saying all this to say I had to get rid of all of my makeup sponges, which, it's okay to do because you're supposed to replace them every month to every 3 months anyway. But I needed new makeup sponges immediately because you guys know, like, I love to use makeup sponges for everything, not just for my makeup, but definitely for my skincare and putting on all my different skincare products. So thankfully for Amazon and Amazon Prime, and I picked up this 10-piece set from this brand called InnoGear. Now, they have a lot of great products, a lot of diversity in their catalog, and I really love their stuff. So I was like, okay, let me try out their makeup sponges because there's 10 and I just got rid of all of my sponges, so I need a new batch, right? And guess what? Oh my goodness, I mean, the price point is just so budget friendly. So thank goodness it's Prime and Amazon, so I got it right away. So I love these InnoGear makeup sponges because they have all these different colors. There's like this pink and like a watermelon type red, there's blue, there's orange, there's purple. So all these great bright colors. Now, I love color variety because I like to keep everything color coded, because I like to use a different sponge for pretty much everything, like for my moisturizer, for my serums, for my mask, for my foundation, for my primer, like. So I like to just, keep different ones. But the beauty of a 10-piece set, so if you're not like crazy excessive like me with color-coded sponges, and so you're the type of girl who likes to just use like one sponge a month, this 10-piece set can last you like 10 months. Isn't that amazing? And you're paying like a super, super low price, like $10 or less than $10. So it's super, super affordable. And I also love how they give you 2 different shapes as well. So you have like the classic little teardrop raindrop shape, and then they also have like the flat edge shape. Now, since this is my first time picking up InnoGear's sponges, I'm like, okay, well, I really hope that they're soft. Because have you ever had a makeup sponge and you're just like, what is this, right? Like, this is hard, this is rough. But thank goodness InnoGear's makeup sponges are super, super soft, and they just feel nice and squishy. Even when they're dry, they're super soft. Because some sponges I've experienced where they're only soft once you damp them, but these are soft right away. So if I wanted to use them dry, like, it wouldn't like hurt my skin. And so I just love how great they feel. And especially since I use makeup sponges for my skincare routine, I really want to make sure that anything that I use to apply the products to my face isn't going to irritate my skin. So these are latex free and they're just so squishy and fun. So I love all the colors. So today I need a multi mask. I need to do probably about like 4, maybe even 5 different masks because I really need to get my skin back on track. And I'm definitely going to be using these makeup sponges to help me get through this whole multi-masking. Normally when you multi-mask, there's a couple different ways that you can do it, right? So you can do it where you say you get like 4 different masks and you apply them all at the same time, but you're focusing on certain parts of your face. So you want to use one mask just for like your forehead, the other mask for like your nose area, the rest for your face, or like, so on and so forth. But my skin is at a state and so like crazy and mad at me right now that I need to do 4, 5 different masks, full face. So thankfully I have all these makeup sponges so that I don't have to like wash them like right away in order to apply the different masks. I'm gonna use like a different color sponge for each mask, do a full face mask. We're gonna see how that goes, rinse it off, do another full face, and so on and so forth. And hopefully my skin will start feeling much better, hopefully no later than tomorrow. But it's just one of those things when you're on this whole skincare journey, you have to like really stay on top of it. And when you have sensitive skin like me, like you don't have room to play around. And then on top of it, I'm not the healthiest eater. I will tell you that I do love a good cheeseburger, pizza, nachos, and all those good, delicious things, and I never say no to them. So, but it's one of those things with your skin, like what you put in your body, like comes out through your pores and all that type of stuff. So I have to be like extra on top of my skin in order to keep eating how I like to eat. So I'm definitely going to be putting these masks to work. I have my skincare fridge, and then I have all the masks that I want to use inside of here. And I also have my lip mask that I want to do because who doesn't love soft lips, right? And so so I'm just going to just do as much as I can, and then I'm just going to make sure that we moisturize afterwards. And then we'll get some makeup on, so we'll actually use the makeup sponges for makeup as well. But when you're using the makeup sponges for makeup or skincare, use it the same way. So if you want to apply, you already know, you're bouncing it. If you want to remove, you are going to wipe it. Now, these are my first time like using these InnoGear makeup sponges. So all I'm really looking for is that it's going to apply my makeup as seamlessly and flawlessly as possible. And for my skincare, it's just going to make it easier for me to apply it, and my hands will get all messy when I'm using the mask. Since I am going to be using a bunch of different masks, I want to start off like kind of easy with like a gentle mask that's not going to be too much and kind of work my way up to it. So what I was thinking was, let me go into my skincare fridge. But what I was thinking was I wanted to start with this Peter Thomas Roth rose stem cell mask. Now I love roses, like rose water and all the type of stuff in your face because it's very hydrating, and I feel like my skin can never get enough hydration. And this Peter Thomas Roth one smells so good. Just think about fresh flowers, right? So not only is it going to hydrate my skin, but it's going to make my skin smell really fresh. But so Peter Thomas Roth, they say that this mask is really good to help reduce the look of fine lines and wrinkles, but also hydrate and brighten and tone the look of your skin. All those things that I need, all those things that I'm for, and you really just need a thin layer of this. And I think this is something that you can probably use like every day. So, but it does say that you can, it says you can use it 2 or 3 times a week or daily for intensive repair. Now, considering the state that my skin is in right now, I think I need intensive repair. So I may be adding this into my daily skincare routine, but let's see. So I do want to use, let's see, which sponge do I want to start with? So I'm going to use this one. So I do want to use the makeup sponge to apply the mask, but I want to damp it first because my favorite way to use any makeup sponge is to use it damp. I know you can use it dry, but just use it damp. So see, nice and damp. It just feels so good on your skin. Just makes it like really, really, really hydrated. Okay, so let's see. So it says we just need a thin layer. So I think I'm just gonna apply it everywhere. Sometimes I could be like a little heavy-handed and want to just put an excessive amount of any product on my face. But considering that this mask is very, very lightweight, it must mean that you just don't need a lot for it to work, you know? Just a very little goes a long way. So this is like a kind of like a jelly. It's very much just like a gel mask. And so gel masks, like, they don't get hard or anything. Right now my skin does feel like it's waking up. It is starting to feel like really refreshed. And this makeup sponge is just helping me kind of get the mask into my pores. And so I think that's good. So you can see it's shining a little bit. But yeah, so it doesn't tingle or anything like that, you know, like it doesn't sting, but I feel like it's waking up my pores. Like I'm feeling like really, really refreshed. So I'm gonna let this sit for a bit. I'm just gonna, you know, kind of rinse off the sponge a little bit, and then I think I'm just gonna use the sponge to remove the mask as well. Just rinse that. Just let this mask sit. Let's see. What else does it say? So what is in this mask? So it says it's cutting edge plant biotechnology, isolates, and replicates 5 perfect rose plant stem cells. So all these different types of rose. Oh, it has rose hip seed and rose water. Very, very interesting. And says the stem cells, yeah, so maximum anti-aging. So this is really like an anti-aging mask, you know. So personally, I think you're never too young or old or whatever. No matter like what age you are, anti-aging stuff, I think it's great. Anyways, if you just want that kind of younger looking skin that's like just refreshed as much as possible, really kind of own your age but look good while you're doing it. So this is a bio repair gel mask, and yes, I need repair. I'm just so mad at myself that like I fell off, but sometimes, you know, like it happens, like work life gets in the way and all you have time is just to like wash your face. And honestly, because I just get so tired, you know, and it's just like, oh, I just don't have energy. And when you're doing like intensive skincare routines every single night, like it takes a lot of energy, you know. But I mean, it's just one of those things. Like, what are you gonna do, right? So the next mask, okay, I do want to figure out, since we are multi-masking today, I do need to figure out what mask I want to do after this rose mask. Let's see. I do have an enzyme mask that I love. And then there's this mud mask too, that I haven't tried before. I think it's mud. Yeah, Irish Moor Mud. It's another Peter Thomas Roth mask. And this one is like a purifying black mask. And so that sounds great to me. Like, I really want to purify. I always do my Tasha Radiance mask. Oh, but there was another little travel size mask that I have in here that I haven't had a chance to try yet. It's turmeric and cranberry seed energizing radiance mask. I might try this because I love anything that's going to give me some radiance and glow. So maybe I'll do this today instead of my Tasha Radiance mask. I also have this cucumber gel mask, which it's like the same type of consistency as the rose mask. It's just, you know, like gel, like a little jelly. Very, very lightweight. So I don't know if I need to do that one today. I kind of just want to diversify my masks, but I can do those 3. And then I do want to make sure that I moisturize. And this Tasha like Dewy Skin Night Concentrate is really great. It's something that you put on before you go to bed. But I feel like I still want to use it right now, even though I'm not going to bed. But we'll see. And this is just my rice polish. So, I don't know. It's just a lot of great mask. Okay, so I think this rose mask did everything that it needed to do. So I'm just going to kind of just wipe it off right now. Just damp the sponge again. And just wipe it off. And this sponge is making it really easy to get this mask off. And it just feels really good. So this is definitely just like a lightweight little mask. Something very simple. Oh, my skin. I wish I had like an esthetician can just come to my house every day and then just give me a facial every day or something. So then I don't have to do it. Then I could just lay down and go to sleep. Or is that too lazy? I don't know. Okay, let's see. I think it's good. So I like that mask. It's something easy. It's definitely something that I can use like every day. And I love using this sponge to remove it because it's just really just refreshing. And then the sponge is also making sure that, there's not any excess water on my face either. So my skin definitely feels like fresher and softer and a little bouncy. So I think we're heading in the right direction. Okay, so let me just go ahead and rinse this out. And okay, so let's see. I think I want to step it up a notch and we can try this turmeric and cranberry seed energizing radiance mask. Okay, so this mask has a strong scent to it, and it's probably because of the turmeric in it. Turmeric is very strong, but it says that it invigorates and brightens skin's appearance. Yes, I am all for that. It's a lot of different ingredients in here. I do see bentonite, cranberry seed oil. It's just like a lot of different stuff, and this is from Kiehl's. So let's see. Let's get a little orange sponge, damp it a bit. You can see, you probably can't really see that well, but it definitely has some texture to it. And it's probably because of the seeds. Kind of just want to scoop it out with the sponge. Yeah, you see it's like, this is definitely like a thicker mask, and it has like the little seeds you can see. So let's give this a try. I've never done this one before. Let's scoop it out a bit. So far, so good. I really love to use these sponges for like messy masks like this, so it just doesn't get all over my hand. And this one I just want to focus on like this bottom half of my face. Just trying to press it in a bit. Seems like a little sticky. It's probably because of the cranberry seeds. It's not tingling or stinging anything, so it might still be kind of like a gentler mask, so it's not too bad. But I mean, it smells good. It's just different. It's definitely different. I've never done anything like this one before. But if it's gonna brighten my skin and invigorate my skin, I'm all for it. Okay, so I've had the mask like not very long at all, and it's already starting to kind of tighten, so I feel like my face is like getting really, really firm. I do now feel like the tingling, so I feel like it's going to work. It's working. It's magic, you know? But unlike the gel mask was very gentle. It never hardened or anything like that. but I trusted it was doing what it needed to do, because at the end of the day, it had a lot of different roses in there, and anything rose, as long as it's pure rose water or anything like that, it's good for your skin. So, but this turmeric and cranberry seed one is completely different experience. It almost reminds me of like a clay mask, you know, how like it gets hard. So it's almost a little bit hard for me to even talk. But while it's getting hard, it's also tingling too, getting deep into my pores. And you know, I'm all about getting deep into my pores, because I'll never forget what my esthetician said. I had congested pores. Like what does that mean? Oh, okay, so it's a little tight. So I'm glad that I just did the bottom half. You know, you're supposed to like relax. I should have had my facial steamer out, but I think that it's almost time to take this off. It's just different. Like these little seeds, I don't know how much you can see, but like these little seeds, like it's just very different, very like bumpy. And then the rest of it is just kind of like clay type of thing. Oops. But these seeds, it's just a little different. But okay, so I think I'm ready to try to take this mask off. Just rinsing off the sponge a bit so it can be nice and fresh. Let's see. Okay. Woo. You can see it's got all the little seeds off. It's very, very different. So you know, when you're using your sponges and you want to remove, you just need a wipe. And considering that this is like a rougher mask, I'm glad that I'm using like a soft, gentle sponge, so that, you know, my skin just responds better to it that way. Now the thing with these masks are like kind of like clay. Like I always have a hard time like making sure that I get everything off. And I was like, oh, I missed a spot. So hopefully today I don't miss a spot. Okay. Let's get this all the way off. It really, really dried up too. My skin just feels alive, like it's alive and it's in action. Just doing 2 masks back to back. But skin's definitely going to be cleaned no matter what. Masks are really, really great. I really love like these type of masks, like the textured mask. Anything that I have to apply. I'm not that big of a fan of sheet masks, because sheet masks, I'm not really sure if they're really doing anything. But my best friend, she absolutely loves sheet masks. Maybe I just haven't found one that really impresses me. So that could be it too. Let's see, make sure I get it all off. And then I love these sponges because I can like bend them all different types of way, and then like they just like bounce back, you know, like they don't get deformed or anything like that. You know, some sponges, like squeeze them or something, and then it's like all like out of whack and out of shape. But these InnoGear sponges, no matter like how hard like I'm wiping with them and squeezing them, or even like putting my nails into them, like they're not like getting out of shape. It just, for a moment, and then it just bounces right back, you know? So that's really great. Just finish rinsing this off. Let's see, nice and clean, no cranberry seeds. And then I squeeze it like super hard and it's still good. So I love these little sponges. And my skin is starting to feel like resurface. It's starting to feel much better than when we first started, but I think I need to keep pushing on, and we need to maybe do like one more mask and really kind of get my skin where I want it to be. let's see, because then there's this enzyme mask, and the enzyme mask really, really tingles, and it's like really rough, and it really makes your skin really smooth. But I am interested to try this mud mask. It's a purifying black mask, and I feel like this is exactly what my skin needs right now, most definitely. So I haven't used this one before, so let's see. It doesn't smell like anything, but oh, check this out. So it says that, this purifying, decongesting, and hydrating mask, keyword hydrating, with odorless, okay, there you go, because I was like, that's what I think. So it's odorless Irish Moor mud, draws out dirt, oil, and impurities, helps minimize the look of pores, please, fine lines, and wrinkles, leaving skin looking pure, fresh, hydrated, and radiant. So it says apply evenly on clean skin. Skin is clean, leave on for up to 10 minutes, and remove with warm water and rinse thoroughly. And it says you can use this 2 to 3 times a week or as desired. So I love anything that I can possibly use like daily, because it means that it's like really, really gentle, and like the mud's already getting everywhere. But I love that it doesn't have like a harsh smell or anything like that. So it's odorless. That's always great. So I think I want to use, what color do I want to use? Maybe I'll use the blue for this black mask. Let's see. So I just want to scoop it out. You can see. It's very just black, but it's like very much just like a smooth texture. Oh, this might be all that I need. This is a little intense. Okay, let's just bounce it on. See, this black mask can be very like messy. So that's why it's good to use something like a makeup sponge to apply it, so it's just not getting all over your hands and just making an unnecessary mess. It's going on, so you don't need a lot of this mask at all. I do want to keep it away from my eyes. I think I'm just going to do this bottom half of my face again too. But you know what we could do? I could just add another mask for my forehead. Maybe I'll do that. Let's see. I'm trying to think what mask would I want to do for my forehead. Maybe I could do the cucumber mask on my forehead. Just something like gentle. I just want to put a little bit more because why not, right? I'm curious to see if this gets like super, super messy. You know what I'll do? I'll just do the pumpkin mask on my forehead. That's what we'll do. Okay. So I think that's good. Like that. Maybe I'll do here too. And just get it everywhere. Okay. So it says to leave this mask on for up to 10 minutes. So I think we're good with that. Hands didn't get all dirty. Thank you, sponge. And so I'm just going to do this enzyme mask on my forehead. Now this pumpkin mask, I'm so obsessed because it smells so good. Like it smells like fall. It just smells like pumpkin pie. Like I just love it. This does have like a rougher texture because it is an enzyme mask. And so it could tingle a little bit. Just a warning if you've never used this mask before. But I just love the way my skin feels like after I use it. It always just feels like just super, super amazing. But you do want to make sure that you rinse it off all the way. Otherwise, it's going to have all these little granules everywhere and stuff. So this pumpkin mask you don't need to leave on for that long at all. It goes to work very, very quickly, and then in and out it's done. So, and you don't need a lot, but sometimes I use a little bit more product than I need to. So let me go ahead and start rinsing out these sponges. So the black mask may be a little bit harder to rinse out. Might have to get some like baby shampoo or something like that. Oh no, it's coming out. So not too bad. Not too bad, like considering that I've only used water to rinse it. I didn't like get my shampoo or anything like that to rinse it out, but I think that's good enough for right now, because I mean I'm gonna have to wipe it off anyway, right? So these feel really good. The pumpkin mask actually isn't tingling that much right now, which is different. And the black mask, it's not getting hard or stiff. It's actually very gentle. Like I barely even feel it on my face. I'm starting to feel the pumpkin tingle a little bit, but the mud mask, like it's not really doing much. I mean, it's probably like working, it's purifying my skin, but it doesn't like tingle or anything like that. For multi-masking, this is what I meant, when you can use like more than one mask at the same time, instead of doing like a full face mask one at a time and so on and so forth. You can just, target different parts of your face, because, your face can just have different requirements, different needs, so say like, you have more like sensitive skin on maybe like the lower part of your face, so you want more like a gentler mask, and say like you're breaking out, you need a decongest, and you can just put that here. And then your forehead is just very, very dry, you need something to hydrate, and so you can put that there. So it just helps you target, just the beautiful characteristics of your face and whatever your face kind of needs, and you can just target all of them at the same time, because just a hydrating mask may not be needed for your entire face. You may just need it for part of it, that type of thing. But I don't know what was going on with my forehead. My forehead like never ever breaks out, and for some reason I broke out this week with my forehead. So I really need to kind of really clean it out and really kind of decongest it and figure out like what's going on. Because even though I have acne prone skin, I usually break out like around my cheek area over here. But things happen. Skin is very sensitive in your face. I mean, we put it through a lot, makeup and all the different types of stuff. And then I live in LA, so all the air pollution. I blame my acne on the air pollution in Los Angeles. So I always need to decongest as much as possible. But I think I'm ready to take this mask off. I've had it on for a good amount of time. The mud mask still, it hasn't hardened. It's not stiff. I really do like masks that don't get stiff. I don't like when my face is like stuck like stone, so I do like that, and it's gentle enough, and the little enzyme mask can definitely feel that it's like tingling and going to work and all the type of stuff. So I do want to take off the enzyme mask first, because that's the most intensive treatment, and so I don't want to leave it on my skin for too long. Let's go ahead and take this one off, but just have to make sure that you wipe it really, really well, because the little pumpkin enzymes, they don't always come off that easy. Ooh, squeaky clean. Take that off, and then let's start taking off the mud mask. This mud mask. Ooh, I put it on kind of thick. Let's see. There we go. You see? It's starting to come off. Oh, thank goodness for these sponges. And the sponge is just so soft, so it just makes it like feel really good when it's coming off. It's not too rough, because sometimes I feel like if you use a washcloth after you've done like an extensive treatment on your face, the washcloth can just be kind of rough and then just make your face like red or something, or just really, really reactive. I love anything soft to be like on my face. And again, the good thing about these sponges is that they're not getting all like deformed and out of shape and stuff. I do feel like it's brightening my skin. It looks so crazy right now, but it's all in the name of great skincare. Oh wow. Okay, yeah, I like this mud mask too. This mud mask is definitely gonna be a new favorite of mine, even though it could be a little messy. It looks like I have like a beard or like a weird like goatee or something. Make sure we just get it all off. It feels good though. Like even though I look crazy right now, like my skin feels really good. There we go. So I did the rose stem cell bio repair mask. We did the turmeric and cranberry seed mask, which was very different. And we did the pumpkin enzyme mask for the forehead, and then this Irish Moor mud mask for the bottom half of my face. And now we just want to make sure that I get everything off, because nobody needs to walk around with black mud on their face all day. I'm just saying. No matter how hydrated, it makes your skin. Okay, let's make sure I get the rest of this pumpkin mask off. I really like this part of the sponge to remove. I feel like it does a really great job of just like removing the flat edge part of the sponge. It's really great for removing. And then again, it doesn't like leave like a bunch of like excess water. It absorbs the extra water off my face. So I like that. It's good. It just feels so good. So now that I did this intensive like multi-masking whole regimen, my skin feels amazing. It's so soft to the touch. I feel like it really resurfaced. My face didn't get reactive or super red because I was using the makeup sponges to apply and remove. So if you have sensitive skin, you may want to really consider using makeup sponges, especially InnoGear's makeup sponges for your skincare routine. But now that I've done all these wonderful masks, I do want to clean my sponges because it's very important for you to keep them clean and really kind of clean them as soon as possible. So let me put this messy mud mask away. So yes, so we did this mud mask, we did this pumpkin enzyme mask, and we did this rose stem cell mask. So the rose mask, the pumpkin mask, and the mud mask, these are all Peter Thomas Roth. And then also did this turmeric and cranberry seed mask, which is from Kiehl's. And I've been keeping them in my skincare fridge, you know, to kind of keep them chilled. So that also helped with the experience. They were like nice and chilled. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put them back in the fridge for next time. Let's see, put these in here. I like to keep my travel sizes at the top. Let's see that. I'm trying to think. So after I clean my sponges, before I do my sponges, I do want to kind of get the moisturizer on my skin. And right now I'm feeling like I want something a little bit more lightweight, because my treatments were very hydrating. So I'm gonna go with this one, this Peter Thomas Roth like water drenched cream. It's like a cloud cream, and it's very hydrating. It's very similar to Tasha's water cream, so it's just like very, very lightweight. And you just, lightweight stuff, you may feel like, oh, I need to use a lot of it, but you really, you just kind of use the same amount that you would any other moisturizer. It's just not gonna leave like any like residue or anything. It goes into your skin right away, and like you don't feel it. It really is like a cloud cream. But I'm just kind of going based off what I feel like my skin needs right now, and it's just lightweight version. I think it's good because I just did such an intensive treatment. I don't want to like overdo it with like an excessive like moisturizer or anything like that. So this is just really fresh, lightweight, and then the makeup sponge is really kind of just pressing it into my skin, into my nicely cleaned pores. And it feels just really soft. Like, I feel like my skin doesn't look the best right now, but this intensive treatment made my skin feel really great. Like, I feel like I got all the dead skin cells, or dead skin. I feel like I got all the dead skin off, and it really just kind of resurfaced it in the most gentlest way possible. So it feels better. It may not look how I want it to look, but I do feel awakened. I do feel refreshed. It does look a little bit fresher. While I let this moisturizer kind of set in, I do want to take this opportunity to clean out my makeup sponges, because I really believe that it's really best that you clean your sponges as soon as possible, and you just don't let them sit with product for too long. Because when you let it sit with product, especially any like colored product, I feel like you're giving it a better chance to kind of set in, and it will just be harder to get it out. Now, I do love to use just gentle baby shampoo. I love to use this one from the Honest company. It's just like their calming like lavender baby shampoo, and all I do is I just wet the sponge. I really try to rinse it out as much as possible first, and then I just, put a few pumps of the shampoo, and I gently kind of just rub it in. Now, remember, this is a sponge that we used the black mud mask on, so it was really black after using it, but just rinsing it out right away helped get most of that color out. But this is just for like the extra color. So you just kind of lather, and then I'm just going to squeeze it over this bowl, and then I'm just going to kind of just keep rinsing it. And you do want to be really gentle. If you have like long nails, you don't want to just like claw it. I mean, at the end of the day, it is a sponge, so you just want to be careful and take care of your sponge. It's very gentle, so be gentle with it. But just keep doing that, and then you can just repeat as needed. If you need like some more shampoo, like that's okay, but the goal is really just to get it as clean as possible, so that it can last as long as possible. And I just like to just press like where I see the most color, and just really squeeze it out, and just use like fresh water to kind of clean it. Normally I'll be doing this over the sink, but it's fine. And then once you're done cleaning it, you do want to make sure that you put it somewhere where it's able to properly air dry, because you don't want any like mold or anything to kind of build up in the sponge, because you want to use it for your face, right? And so who wants to have mold or anything like that on their face? Like, no, like that's not cute at all. Once you have it clean, then you just want to like I like to use this little lawn tray. It's like, I think it's like for for baby stuff, but I found that it comes in handy for my makeup sponges, and it just lets it kind of just air out nicely. And then once the sponge is dry, you'll know, because it's kind of got reduced in size. So again, just like to lather it up. Just make sure, just be very, very gentle. Don't dig your nails into it, and you just want to squeeze it, and then just gonna rinse it out. But yeah, feel free. Like these InnoGear sponges, they really do like bounce back to like a nice shape. So you don't have to worry about it, but you still don't want to like squeeze it like too excessively. I mean, it doesn't take much, you know, but you do want to make sure that you are cleaning it all the way and getting all the products out. I just wish there was a way that you can see like inside of the sponge. But once the water is clear, then that's how you know that, you know, you've cleaned it all the way. So set that up there, and then we just have one more. Okay, so we're just gonna let those air dry. I do want to use it to put on my face serum, because this is clinical active serum, is something that my esthetician told me to use every single day. And by me falling off my whole skincare routine, I have not been using it every single day. So I do need to make sure that I actually do use it today. And this is the active serum. So this is really supposed to even your skin tone, which is, I feel like, one of my, next to acne, like this is one of my other like bigger problems with my skin, is that it's just not an even skin tone. So you just need like very little amount of this, and you can actually use a sponge to apply it. And I would use just like a dry sponge and just pat it onto your face. So these makeup sponges are also really good for any of your face serums. I spilled a little bit. So, and then just press it into your skin. And the thing about this serum is that you know it's working right away, because you instantly start to feel it tingling. And now the reason why I don't damp the sponge first when I use this serum is because I don't want to water down the serum. I do just want to make sure that the whole product is getting like all the way into my skin, and I feel like when you have water on the sponge, it could like just dilute it. So, and then the other thing is that with using the sponge, it is making sure that I apply it. And with this serum, you are supposed to pat it into your skin anyway. So that's how you use a sponge, right? You bounce it, you pat it into your skin. So this is perfect. So this is like really the only time that I really like to use the sponge dry, is when I have to put my serum on my face. Woo! I just like feel it like tingling and just like going to work. I mean, like it feels really great. So I do have like a few like little breakouts too. Welcome to my life. Like I'll feel like I have like, oh, my skin is so on point today, it's so clear, I have no breakouts, and then the next day it's like psych. We fooled you. But you know, so I just like to use this proactive repair treatment. I was using proactive to as a cleanser as well, but found that it really dries my skin out, and maybe it worked for me when I was 18, but as my skin has matured, using the wash doesn't work, but the spot treatment is still really good for my skin. As my skin has matured, I've just needed more of like a moisturizing cleanser. And you know, that happens. That's why it's good to always kind of explore different skincare, kind of switch it up a bit, because your skin is just always changing, and you need to give it, you know, what it needs, and that make sure that it responds correctly. So if you feel like you're not getting like, your skin isn't how you want it to be, you might want to consider switching up your skincare. And you know, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it was hard for me at first, because when I love a brand, right? And then I just keep going back to it. But you know, you got to do what's best for your skin. So it's okay to switch it up. Okay, so these are going to work very, very nicely. And I'm just going to set this one right here. And the other thing too, like I use this to dry my sponges, but also just as like a clean, sanitary place to keep my sponges, because again, the sponges are going on your face. So you don't want to put it anywhere just all willy-nilly, and then you're just pressing like dirt, bacteria into your skin. It's not cute. That's not what we're trying to do today. So now that my skin is all prepped, I think it's finally time to get some makeup on my face. And so let's see how these InnoGear sponges do for my makeup. I know it was really great for my skincare, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be great for my makeup routine as well. So I do want to start with this sponge, but I do want to think, okay, so I am gonna damp it first now. So let's get it all nice and damp, because with makeup, I definitely feel that even though you can use it dry, just that flawless airbrush finish really comes once your sponge is damp. And you do want to make sure that it is damp, that it's not like soaking wet. So you gently squeeze out the water, so it's just light and damp. And let me go ahead and get my silk canvas. First, I do want to spray it, kind of prime it a bit, prime my face. Just makeup goes on so much better when your skin is hydrated, you know, so it's just one of those things. This is my Tasha Skin Canvas that I'm obsessed with, and you really don't need much of it at all, just a little bit, because it is just like a thicker, it's a thicker primer. So, oops. See, just press it onto my face, and you'll know you'll have too much on if you just see like kind of like a white kind of residue on your face. That's happened before with me, and I was like, oh, wait a minute. But all of Tasha's products are just very moisturizing and very hydrating. That's why I like to use them. So just a little bit. And that's good. Now I'm trying to think. Okay, so it feels really fresh too, because I was keeping it in my skincare fridge. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put it back in there. When I am doing my foundation, I love to always make sure that I'm using a damp sponge. I don't really like to use it dry. I feel like the damp sponge really kind of just makes your makeup go on flawlessly, and I just feel like it's just so much better. It gives you more of that airbrush look to it. So, and then, you know, once you have it nice and damp, you put your foundation and you just kind of just press it onto your face, giving you nice even coverage. And again, a really soft sponge will make a world of difference. You don't want anything rough, and so these InnoGear sponges are really nice and soft. And then also they make sure you get more product on your face versus if you were using on just like a regular makeup sponge. It's really good. And the different shapes, the different features of the sponge will help get the different areas of your face as well. So I really, really love that. Let's see. So I do want to use a little bit of highlighter. I'm just gonna do a little bit under my eye, and then so that's the balm, and then I'm just gonna use a little bit of my highlighter like that, and then I'm gonna use the sponge to kind of pat it in. And I use like the tip part of it and just kind of pat it a bit. You don't want to have too much highlighter either. You're gonna look all crazy. So it just helps with the glow. Just something very subtle, something very, very simple. Okay. Now, what I'm really excited to try is this Ruby Rich blush from Fenty. Really obsessed. It's like a really, really pretty color. And I want to see how it works. Since this is like a pressed blush, I want to see how it works with the sponge dry. And if I don't like it, then I'll just use the sponge wet. So it does apply nicely with it dry. But since I love that whole like dewy glow, that little hydrated glow, I feel like when the sponge is wet, it helps me kind of get that dewy, glowy finish. Yes, it does, definitely. I'm just gonna press it. So if you have like a pressed powder blush, you can also just use the sponge damp. And then when you do that, it just helps it glow and just look really, really hydrated and pretty. But you know, you can use a sponge dry as well. But my goal is to look glowy and dewy and refreshed. And I don't like anything like too intense, and so the sponge is really helping making sure I just get the right, just like the right amount of blush on. So definitely amazing. Again, we're just going to keep the makeup very, very simple today. And then you can kind of just damp your sponge afterwards and just kind of like press into your skin. So then everything just looks nice and hydrated. That. And then I do want to do a little bit of eyebrows. This little eyebrow mascara wand I got from M Cosmetics, which is Michelle Phan's line. She has on Amazon, and I just love that the brush is just like the right size. And if you're not a brow expert, this is perfect, because I don't know how to do eyebrows because I have very little eyebrows, so I don't really put much effort into it. Usually I just put like a little bit of mascara, but sometimes the mascara wand is too big, and this wand is like just like the perfect size. And sometimes, you know, I can even just get like my little sponge and get the tip of the sponge and kind of just clean it up a bit, you know. These sponges are just like very, very versatile. There's a lot that you can do with them. So very, very simple. Okay, and then I'm just gonna do a little bit of lips. This is another M Cosmetics. I like this color. It's the red jasper. Kind of just like a gloss, but the pigmentation is really, really great. And then afterwards, I'm just gonna mat it out with the makeup sponge. I love, like, I'm very impressed with any lip gloss that's color and then also actually delivers the color. And then I just like to kind of set it a bit, because I don't like gloss that's too shiny. Just use the sponge to kind of set it. Good. And you can use like the flat edge to clean it up. Especially if you're using like a color that's like really rich in color, you might want to use like just like this flat edge of the sponge and just kind of like clean it up on the edges and stuff. So really, really great. Usually I set it with my Tasha Dewy Skin Mist, or I like to use this one as well, and just like a nice little finish. And then you can just kind of get one of your sponges, one of your damp sponges, and then any area that you feel like isn't even enough, and just kind of go like this. Very, very lightweight makeup application today. I just really just wanted to test out these sponges and see how they worked with my skincare and my makeup, and they worked great. My skin feels really great. Sometimes I use some applicators and my skin just gets irritated from it, but from using all these different sponges, they worked out great. And then again, I do want to make sure that I'm going to clean my sponges, because leaving this foundation on too long gives it just a higher chance, like harder for the color to come out. So again, I love to use like this baby shampoo and just kind of lather it up and like just rinse it out with water. because that's really just the key to like making your sponges last better. Like, and then I know it's so hard and wanting to stay on top of it. It's just like, oh, I just want to do my makeup and go, and then you'll end up with just sponges that just look so dirty, and that's just not, it's just not cute. Like, who just wants dirty sponges, you know? So I really like to clean them, but these sponges are really easy to clean. It's not too complicated. Once you have your makeup sponge nice and fresh and clean, again, you do want to make sure you set it somewhere where it can properly air dry. There's enough ventilation to get it nice and dry, and then it'll shrink back down to size, you know, once it's dry, and then it's ready to use again. And again, you do want to make sure that you are switching out your sponges like every month to every 3 months. And luckily there are brands like InnoGear that will give you a good set size, like 10 pieces. I mean, that's a lot. So if you feel like you just can't get your sponge clean enough, just go ahead and just pick up some of these, and they're available in this video carousel below, so you can get them today, and they'll probably be delivered by tomorrow, thankfully, through Amazon Prime, right? So fast delivery on these. You get a lot. Just like me, I was in this emergency and I needed new sponges immediately because my skin had just went haywire. So luckily these really came through, and they're very, very great quality sponges. Easy to apply skincare, easy to apply makeup, and they're so soft and squishy whether they're dry or whether they're wet. So I definitely recommend these, and hopefully next time I see you guys, I have a better report on my skin, and then I have been staying true to my skincare routine. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.
Cause I got this list of my favorite things. You could be the part where it all begins. You could be the first and the second and the third and the rest of it. You could be one of the things I love.